Are you moving into the Austin area and you're considering Leander, Texas? Well, this video is going to give you all the facts about Leander. I'm going to give you 6 reasons that the city is booming and people are moving into Leander. And then I'm going to give you at the end 2 reasons you might not want to move to Leander, Texas. This is Austin, Texas area living. This is my YouTube channel. I cover all the suburbs. I cover neighborhoods within Austin, cost of living, all kinds of topics about Central Texas and Austin specifically. Please subscribe, like my channel, give me a like on this video and some comments. Let me know other areas also that you'd like to hear about. I'm a realtor. I have a team of realtors, Hutchinson Property Group, and we help people like you all the time that are moving into the Austin area, help make a decision on what area you want to live in, and help you find the home of your dreams. So feel free to reach out, Hutchinson Property Group on Google. But let's go ahead and get started. So Leander, Texas is a suburb. It was founded in 1882 as actually a small town. It's about 40 minutes north of downtown Austin. And now it is just a connecting suburb. So if you drive from downtown, you take 183, which is going to head north and west. And you keep going, you'll go through North Austin, and then you'll hit Cedar Park, and then you'll hit Leander. That's where Leander is. And if you go beyond Leander, you'll hit Liberty Hill. So they kind of are all starting to run together. Leander now has a population of close to 90,000 people. So it's exploded, especially in the last 5 years. And it's continuing to grow, and these reasons will be the reasons why it's growing. So let me go ahead and jump right in. The first reason that people move to Leander is it's affordable. There's lots of housing options. The average home in Leander was built in 2010, so you're gonna get those newer homes, open floor plans. A lot of them are 2 stories. If you have a large family and need that 5-bedroom home, you'll be able to find it here. There's currently 363 homes for sale in Leander right now, and the price range ranges from $310,000 all the way to $2 million, with the median price point being around $410,000. So people find it relatively affordable. It's a little bit over the average affordability index in the US, but what you get for your average price point is a new home that's really large, in a nice neighborhood, and so people are kind of flocking out to move into Leander. Another thing to look at with the affordability and the homes in Leander is the tax rate. So people moving into Texas from other states sometimes get shocked by the tax rate, property taxes. You're not going to have a state income tax, so it's a little bit offset. We do have higher property taxes here. And Leander, the average property tax rate is about 1.92%. Which is pretty much kind of the average in this whole area. There are some neighborhoods that are higher, there are some neighborhoods that are lower, but it kind of is in the average range when it comes to property taxes. So that's something you'll want to think about if you're buying a home in Leander or in the whole Austin or Texas area. Property taxes do tend to be a bit higher here. And so when you go to get your loan estimate, you're going to see a little bit higher monthly payment, but then you're not going to have those state income taxes that some states have being taken out of your paycheck monthly. So just something to keep in mind. But overall, Leander is a pretty affordable option, especially when you compare Leander to South Austin and Central Austin, East Austin. If you're living within the Austin city limits, the prices are going to be quite a bit higher, and the homes are going to be older, and so you're likely to get a smaller home for a higher price compared to Leander. So that's one of the reasons people move out to Leander. The second reason that people are moving into Leander is it's got a booming economy. Like I said, it's grown to 90,000 people, and that's mostly been in the last 4 years, this explosive growth. And so when you drive around Leander, you're gonna notice it doesn't have all the shopping that Cedar Park does. Cedar Park is a little more established, was kind of started and really exploded in the early 90s into the 2000s, where Leander is now kind of taking that explosive growth. And so a lot of the shopping you might want to end up in Cedar Park for, but they're right next door and really easy to get to. But the other thing you'll notice is that Leander has a lot of construction going on. And so you're starting to see these small businesses pop up everywhere. That some of the strip malls and some of the shopping. It's just not quite as established and as big as it is in Cedar Park. Also, the other thing with the explosive growth is we have a lot of new employers moving into the whole Austin metro area. We have Samsung out in Taylor. We have Dell, which is headquartered in Round Rock, Texas. We have Apple, which is in North Austin, Round Rock area. And so you have good commuting distance to these employers, but also these employers are also bringing in smaller employers that contract to them. And it's also just attracting more smaller employers into this area because they see that it's a solid economy. So the growth is really exploding. I recently met with the Planning and Zoning Commission in Leander, and they talked about all the businesses that are coming into this Leander economy, and it's just exploding. And so I think that's going to continue. It hasn't really slowed down, even though the real estate economy has slowed down a little bit, but they're still continuing to bring and attract businesses into the Leander community. The third reason that people move into Leander, and this is kind of goes along with a lot of the suburbs in the Austin area, but it's a safe area. If you look at the national crime rate average, it's about 8.2%, where Leander is about 2.2%. So people make that decision of living in a community that's safe with lower crime rates, and it's just one of the factors that people look at when they're thinking about moving into a suburb. The fourth reason, and this really goes along with my other points, is the sense of community. So it does have that small town feel, but then it also is, really close to Austin. And so the small town feel, you're gonna feel like the hill country vibe, the Texas feel like the country vibe. And then you're gonna mix that with all the stuff that goes on in Austin, the tech vibe, the artistic, creative, really educated population. And you kind of have a mixture of that going on in Leander, but you're gonna get everything. You're gonna get lots of green belts. That's one of the common things that we have in Austin area, is the city was built around green belts and trails and parks, and they've continued that out into the Leander area, which gives you that sense of community when you're all out walking your dogs and playing frisbee golf. There's skate parks. You're gonna have small soccer teams, just lots of family activities, but overall just the sense of community that Austin has, and then it just continues out into its suburbs. The fifth reason is education. So people look at sites that have school ratings like greatschools.org, and if you go and research Leander, also Cedar Park, the schools are really highly rated. So the school district is the Leander Independent School District for public schools, and that's one reason that people pick Leander if they have school-aged children. The other thing that Leander has now is a brand new Austin Community College campus, and that campus is right next to the train station. It just went in, it's really beautiful. And so people do consider moving to Leander if they have people that need to attend schools. Okay, and then lastly, my sixth reason people are flocking into Leander is transportation. And this isn't the same in all suburbs, definitely, but Leander really has kind of figured it out. They have 183, so you'll probably need a car to commute if you're commuting into Austin. But as you get north on 183, it is a toll road and it flows really well. So that's one option. The second option is the train. So there is the Red Line, which runs from Leander all the way into downtown Austin. So if you do need to commute, you do have options. You don't have to drive, you can take the train. And the train goes through some popular spots like the Domain, and like I said, all the way into downtown Austin. So I just recently had a client that moved up to Leander, and that was one of the reasons they considered moving there, because she didn't want to drive to work every day. She wanted to take the train. So that is one option. And with that train station, they're building kind of a central, it's not downtown because there's already a downtown, but kind of a central area around the train station where they're building townhomes. There's apartments, there's the Austin Community College. All of that's going in right now. And so it's just part of the transportation model that they've laid in the Leander area. And so the proximity to Austin, even though it's about a 40-minute drive, the proximity to Austin is still bearable for most people and worth, having the ability to work in Austin, but then go out to a quieter suburb and have a nicer home with higher rated schools, a newer home. And so that's why people are moving into the Leander area. As I mentioned, a lot of businesses going in there, so you'll see a lot of construction as you drive through Leander, whether it's in that new train station area or whether it's new homes being built and developed or small businesses going in. There's a lot of construction. That's one thing you'll want to keep in mind, that you'll probably need to live through its growing pains. But then once it's done, you'll have this community that's pretty much newer. So 2 reasons that people do not want to move to Leander. I feel like a little bit of a broken record on a lot of my suburb talking points and reasons people don't want to move to those suburbs, but here I go again. So the first reason is it's a small town. You're not going to have the nightlife that you have on 6th Street or downtown Austin or East Side. It's a small town. It's a family-friendly town. So you'll have kind of that, like I said, that Texas feel going on. And there are places to go eat and there are places to go out and have a drink, but it's definitely not going to be as intense as it is in Austin. You're not going to have ACL and South by Southwest and Pecan Street Festival and all that goes on in Austin. But the good thing is it's really commutable. So you can get in and go to those festivals. You're just not going to be in the middle of them, if that makes sense. And then the second con and the second reason that people might not want to live in Leander is if you work for an employer that's out east. So I have a lot of people right now that are moving in to work at Tesla. And if you look at the commute from Tesla, which is south and east, to Leander, which is north and east, you're gonna see that it's a long commute. If you need to be right next to the airport, it's a longer commute. So that's just something to consider if you're moving in for those reasons. You might want to watch some of my other videos, but you're gonna have to look at the commute and where it is next to what you need to go to. So that is my video all about Leander. Hopefully you find it helpful. Again, leave me some comments. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate it. Thanks for watching.